what's up, everybody? Welcome to Froggy Stonks. Just doing a little quick AMC weekend video of some things I'm working on. I really was thinking hard this week. A bunch of things happened. I won't get into it, but I was thinking about how we got to where we are today and why we're in the position we're in with AMC. Not just that it was a meme craze and the squeeze play and whatever the media wants to call us, a mob or whatever, but how AMC got to the position it was in right before the pandemic hit and why they were in so much trouble. Why they had $5 billion of debt and their float was increased 4 to 5 times. So I was doing some research and I got some notes here. And I think most of this trouble started back around 2016, 2017, right? The box office was doing crappy. There weren't a lot of good movies out. Baywatch came out. It was a complete flop. So, okay, box office doing bad. Your revenues go down, blah, blah, blah. So during that time, around 2017, shares dropped of AMC about 30%, right? Revenues topped 1.2 billion, an increase from their 764 reported in 2016, but they still tanked because they were showing the losses and the box office sucked and streaming just started. So we get that. Well, now we bump up to 2018. Something really strange happened. You all know about Wanda. Wanda used to own a big part of AMC, and they are a Chinese real estate investment firm that got in trouble with the CCP. Of course, anything to do with China, you're betting on the CCP, and that's a bad bet every time. So Silverlake comes in and buys AMC theaters, a big portion of the stock, as Wanda sold some of their stake. Silverlake gave AMC $600 million, and they bought a convertible note, right? The convertible note is up in 2024, but it was at 2.95% interest. That's a really good deal. Like, you can't beat that. I'm wondering, though, when they did this, AMC bought some of the stock back from Wanda, but AMC also decided to issue a $1.55 dividend. A $1.55 special dividend, while the float was around 175.5 million shares. So this is an extremely lower float than we're dealing with today because of the capital raises, right? So Silverlake also got to put someone on the seat of the AMC board. I haven't figured out who that is yet because I can't find any articles, but I am looking. I have a theory about who it could be, but I want to verify first. So they get to select another independent director, not from Wanda, and it had to be a person with significant tech expertise with Silverlake's approval. So that was the last dividend that AMC issued before all the trouble started, before the stock really took a dirt nap. And I'll bring it up here, you can see. Right around, let's go to the daily. This area here, there's the dividend. $1.55 on September 24th, 2018. Since then, and you can recognize these long strings of red, this stock has been shorted to death. And I think it's to do with the cheap debt bond that they sold to Silverlake, in that Silverlake restricted them from ever offering a dividend again until that bond was honored, till the note was completed. So here you go, you got shorting, then a little bit of, okay, the movies are coming back. This is during the time, this is 2018, 2019. We had Endgame. We had all that crazy stuff, right? So we get to here, which is right before the pandemic. Okay, boom, theaters. Even Cinemark did it. Shorted to death because they were forced closed by CDC guidance, which is complete assery on the fact that the United States Congress allowed aggressive short selling on a company that was forced closed by CDC guidelines. The stock should have been in some form or manner halted or something, whatever, I don't care, but they should not have been able to short the living piss out of it while they were forced closed. So they did that. We got the new bond. Things started going bad. They paid the $1.55 dividend, which they could not freaking afford. There's no way they should have paid that. Never issue a dividend again. Shorting. Pandemic. Blah, 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 blah. Then enter the meme stock craze. Redditors, Wall Street bets, all that. GameStop, the whole shebang. People start to realize that there's this wild oscillation of price right here that kept going up and down. From $1.90 to $5, $1.90 to $7, $1.90 to $9, $1.90 to $4, back to $1.90. And somebody finally said, hey, these guys are pumping and dumping this stock because of the capital raises Aron was doing. Every time he did one, they got cash, they survived, people bought back in, then they did another dilution. It was basically taking these people, these investors' money from this time frame, from February 2020 all the way to January 28, 2021, when we denied the next dilution. They wanted to do another capital raise. We said fucking no. So boom, we have this little price action here because of the FOMO buying that happened when we caught these shorts continuously shorting from $5 to $7 down to $1.90. Bam. Oh my God. $21 in a day. Robinhood buy button gets removed. Oh, everybody freaks out. It's fucking illegal as shit. It's crazy. Stock goes back down to $5. People lose a ton of fucking money. But shorts piled back in at $20. They had to. This wasn't people selling. This was no buy pressure with shorts piling in to correct this problem, thinking they were going to take it back down to $1.90 and get out of the play. Didn't happen. Got caught at $5. Ran back up to 11. Then it ran to 16, 14. Cooled down a little bit, and boom. Somebody must have covered some shares. Not many, but it was enough to trigger some type of gamma and major FOMO buying. Bam. Now we're in trouble. All these freaking shorts that were in this play. What do? We are so upside down. This is going to squeeze out like crazy. I don't know what happened here. It was probably some selling from people cashing out because that's a big move. I don't blame you. But it's also massive short positions. Shorting at 70. Shorting at 20. Shorting at 30. Right here, boom. $60. Shorting. They had to short this thing from $60 freaking dollars to get it back down to 28 to see it run to 45 again. Almost $50. Then they had to short again. Short. Retail comes in. Short. Retail comes back in. This isn't people selling in this range right here. This is people buying the shit out of the stock, and that's why we own over 90% of the legally issued float. I'm confident we probably own 100, not financial advice. Enter this fucking stage. This right here, from 11/16 to today, is nothing but naked short selling. There is no way they can affect the price action this much with retail owning 90% of the float, 80% of the float, 70% of the float, with short interest staying at 20%. We saw the 44% glitch around here, right? And now we're back down to 1650 when there's only so much of the stock that can even be shorted anymore, because I would venture to guess that at least 60 to 70% of us are not doing share lending. If you are doing share lending in AMC, turn it off. If you are with Robinhood, get your shares transferred to a non-PFOF, payment for order flow, broker that allows you to buy lit exchange, and turn your share lending off. If you are in this play to buy and hodl and the squeeze and all that, and your share lending is on, you're dumb at this point. Also, make sure that if you have a margin account, right, and you bought shares and accidentally did it on margin instead of cash, and you have the cash in there, you need to rejournal your shares over to cash, because if your shares are on margin, they can lend them out. There is absolutely no way that this price action happens with nobody selling, with short interest pretty much maxed out. Plus all the theories of the synthetic shares and everything. The only way this can happen is if they are aggressively naked shorting the stock. Price fixing, price spoofing, and high frequency trading. Everything they are doing in this stock is illegal, and it's all coming out. Everything is coming out with the Jon Stewart thing, the GameStop thing on HBO, the simple math we do every day. I just really encourage everybody at this point. My main message in the video was how we got to where we were today and a little bit of why. And that's when AMC racked up massive amounts of debt starting in 2009 when Stephen Colanero entered the board of AMC. This guy was in Radio Shack and Blockbuster, and while he was there, the companies went into death spiral and went out of business. Then somebody came in and snatched all the assets up. So he leaves Radio Shack, comes to AMC, and from day one of him starting AMC, 2009 to 2016, AMC did nothing but pile on toxic debt. Debt after debt after debt, up to $5 billion. And then when they did the sale to Silverlake, yeah, it's a great interest rate and they needed it. Okay. But why are you giving out $1.55 special dividend to shareholders at 175 million float when you have $5 billion in debt? And why would you sign something as a company who is issuing dividends? Why would you sign something to not issue dividends in the future? That crushes the stock. People were holding AMC for the 20-cent dividend, man. Not because we thought it was going to go to $200 back in 2016. It was just a movie company at that point in time. Now, yes, Aron has fundamentally restructured the company very, very well with the debt restructure he just did, getting those interest rates down. But the movie theater chain is back. The NFTs are popping. We are the consumer investor in this company now. A 90% consumer investor base in any other company would be a $100 a share company. With retail popcorn revenues coming on the backside, which I estimate could be $300 million annually minimum, and a massive movie lineup for 2022, with everybody now sick and tired of streaming. Streaming services memberships are going down like crazy. That's why their stocks are tanking. Streaming was in a form, a type of a bubble. Everybody thought this was it. Everybody's going to stay home all the time. Movies are dead, blah, blah. That's not the truth. People want to go to the theater to have social interaction, to see crowd response, to feel the hype, to feel the big screen, the popcorn, everything. Going out, date night, right? So you tell me how when we were already at 20% short interest, we were actually 21%, November 15th, 2021, all of a sudden the stock just completely tanks with no selling at all. Shorting. We have been buying for how many days have you seen the buy to sale ratios on all your brokerages are always positive for AMC? We're the number one most trending stock on Twitter. We were at one point in time the most searched stock on Google. So how do you have all this hype, all these investors, all this money, new revenue streams coming in, and our price tanks down to 1637? So at this point, it's either the AMC investors need to really organize, strong, get together, get with the board of directors, get with lawyers, file complaints to the SEC, but do it in unison to find out what is happening to the float of our company. Because I'll tell you right now, I don't believe for 1 minute that there's only 513,300,000 AMC shares out there. In my personal opinion, retail probably owns 1.5 billion shares, of which many are synthetic, and there's probably another 2 to 3 billion in synthetic shorts out there. FTDs, Rico's Trades covered FTDs the other day. Where are all the FTDs that have been nothing's been taken care of? There's like this big pool of FTDs somewhere that's just going to pop up one day and destroy the freaking universe. So please, everybody, for the very simple basics of the end of the video and what AMC is, the fair market movement. Stop using Robinhood. Stop using brokers that engage in payment for order flow. Payment for order flow gives the people shorting this stock revenue to continue to short. It's a revenue stream. Stop using brokers that use it. Get to a broker like Fidelity that will allow you to turn on your direct share channeling. So when you go in and turn it on in your options, it's really easy to do. You can buy lit exchange. You can buy IEX. You don't have to do auto, which sends it to someone like Citadel who's going to throw it in the dark pool. Payment for order flow is bad. Robinhood's a dumpster fire. Get to a non-payment for order flow broker, buy lit exchange, and make sure that you're journaling your shares into a cash account. If you're buying them on margin to make a play, I get it. But if you're buying AMC on margin, they will lend your shares out. The very basics of what we need to do are really going to push this thing if everybody gets on board. I get too many DMs with people saying, oh, fuck Robinhood. Robinhood just had another issue on Friday with their options chain. I got 5 DMs saying, man, I sold my options because the chain was messed up and I lost money. It's because you're with Robinhood. Stop using them. Your convenience, your thirst for convenience has cost you your money. If you put 5% more effort in and leave Robinhood, 5% is all it takes, and get with Fidelity, you won't have those problems, or at least less of them. So please, guys, check that out. Get away from Robinhood. Look at the history on what I just said with Stephen Colanero coming in 2009, the massive debt occurred right after he came in from 2009 to 2016, the Silverlake note purchase on 2.95%, but must have had a bad covenant saying no dividends, and the $1.55 special dividend issuance when they had $4 billion in debt on $175 million float. And then from then on, it was nothing but dilution, capital raise, dilution, capital raise, dilution, capital raise. And I think that was all just to pay down the debt, the interests that they took on all the other notes. So I hope everybody gets this. I'm going to make a bigger, better video with pictures and links and all fucking yarn and pictures all over my wall. But I'm going to find out why Stephen Colanero was put on the board of directors, who put him there, why they nominated him, why AMC created $5 billion in debt from 2009 to 2016. And I think Aron should talk to us about why a $1.55 special dividend was issued when the company had massive debts. Like massive debts. Of course, the pandemic's not his fault. I think there should be some kind of lawsuit against the federal government for forced closing businesses, but allowing them to be shorted. Certain stocks should have been frozen on the stock market until things calm down. So thanks for coming. I hope everybody enjoys the video. I'm going to come back with way more detail, way more presentation on my next video. It'll probably be much longer, more controlled. But please, if you can, like and subscribe. I love the comments you guys are dropping. And I will tell you right now, you will never get a WhatsApp notification from me. I'm not monetizing. This is just my way of reaching out to everybody and giving you guys a comments platform to talk about AMC. I don't need the money. It's just fun building a good YouTube channel for everybody to come to. So anyways, have a good weekend. I will see you Monday pre-market. Froggy Stonks out.